Welcome back, coin lovers, history buffs, and curious viewers. If you've ever looked through your loose change and wondered if any of those coins could be worth more than face value, then you're in the right place. Today's episode is all about the 1997 Australian 20-cent coin, a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but depending on its condition and specific details, it could be worth much more than you think. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just found an interesting coin in their drawer, this video will walk you through everything you need to know. We'll cover the coin's design, its mintage, what makes it desirable to collectors, how to tell what condition it's in, and most importantly, how much it's worth in the current market, in today's dollars. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into the fascinating world of Australian coins. Section 1. The design and features of the coin. Let's begin by exploring what the 1997 Australian 20-cent coin actually looks like. This coin features one of the most beloved and iconic images in Australian coinage history, the platypus, swimming gracefully through water, its body curved and its beak prominent. This reverse design was created by Stuart Devlin, a famous Australian goldsmith and coin designer who also created designs for many other Australian coins. On the front, or obverse, of the coin, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which in 1997 was the third portrait of Her Majesty to appear on Australian currency. This version was sculpted by British artist Raphael Maklauf and shows the Queen wearing the royal diadem. The coin is made of copper-nickel, an alloy of copper and nickel, which gives it a silver-like color and makes it durable. It has a diameter of 28.52 millimeters, a weight of 11.3 grams, and features a reeded edge, meaning it has small vertical grooves along the side. Section 2. Mintage numbers and circulation. Now let's take a look at how many of these coins were actually made. According to records from the Royal Australian Mint, approximately 43.5 million 20-cent coins were produced in 1997 for general circulation. That's quite a high mintage number, meaning the coin was widely distributed and is still fairly common in everyday change. However, even with such a large mintage, not all coins have survived in good condition. Many have become scratched, worn, or damaged over the years. So, while the 1997 20-cent coin may not be rare in terms of numbers, finding one in excellent or uncirculated condition can be more difficult, and that's where collectors become interested. Section 3. Understanding coin grades and condition. When it comes to determining the value of any coin, condition is everything. Collectors use a grading system to classify the condition of coins, and the higher the grade, the higher the potential value. Let's break down the basic conditions. Circulated condition. These coins have been used in everyday transactions. They show clear signs of wear, such as scratches, dull surfaces, or faded details. A 1997 20-cent coin in circulated condition is usually only worth its face value, 20 cents AUD. Good to very fine condition. These coins have light wear but retain most of their detail. A coin in this range may be valued between $1 and $2 Australian dollars, that's about $0.65 to $1.30 US dollars. Extremely fine to almost uncirculated, coins with very minimal wear and bright surfaces can be worth $3 to $5 Australian dollars, or roughly $2 to $3.30 US dollars, depending on demand. Uncirculated, mint state. These coins were never used in circulation and are in pristine, factory-fresh condition. An uncirculated 1997 20-cent coin can sell for $8 to $12 Australian dollars, which is about $5 to $8 US dollars, and in some cases even more, especially if it's part of a mint set or has exceptional eye appeal. Section 4. Market value in today's dollars. Now let's talk about real-world market value. As of 2025, the value of a 1997 Australian 20-cent coin on the collector's market depends heavily on its condition and how it is sold. Here's a summary of the price range. Circulated coins, worth about $0.20 Australian dollars, no added value. Good condition, typically sold for $1 to $2 Australian dollars, $0.65 to $1.30 US dollars. High-grade circulated coins, fetching $3 to $5 Australian dollars, $2 to $3.30 US dollars. Uncirculated examples, commonly listed at $8 to $12 Australian dollars, and some have been seen on online marketplaces like eBay for $15 Australian dollars or more. Coins from mint packs or coin sets. These can command a premium due to their perfect preservation and packaging. Keep in mind, pricing can fluctuate depending on demand, overall coin market trends, and collector interest in particular years or varieties. Section 5. Collector tips. What to look for. So how do you know if your 1997 20-cent coin is valuable? Here are some things to check. Sharpness of the design. Look closely at the platypus and the Queen's portrait. If the fine details, like fur texture or facial lines, are still sharp, your coin is likely in better condition. Luster, if the coin still shines under the light, it may be uncirculated. No major damage, watch out for nicks, dents, or corrosion. A clean surface improves value. Packaging, coins kept in Royal Australian Mint sets are always more desirable. Mint errors, though rare for this year, always check for off-center strikes, doubling of images, or any other unusual features that could raise value. Section 6, should you sell or hold? If you have one of these coins and it's in average condition, it might not be worth selling, unless you're selling a bulk lot. But if you have a 1997 20-cent coin in great or uncirculated condition, or even a few of them, then you might consider listing it on a collector website, marketplace, or at a coin show. Next up, the 1967 Australian 20-cent coin, a beautiful piece of Australian currency that many people still have lying around in drawers, old piggy banks, or inherited collections. In this video, we'll explore the coin's design, its background, how many were made, what condition affects its value, and how much it's really worth in 2025 dollars. Whether you're wondering if your coin is valuable or just love learning about coins, sit back and enjoy this detailed guide. Let's get started. Section 1, Coin Design and Features. The 1967 Australian 20-cent coin features the graceful platypus swimming through rippling water, a truly iconic image created by the talented artist Stuart Devlin, who designed many of Australia's decimal coins. This image represents Australia's unique wildlife and has become a beloved design in Australian numismatics. On the obverse side of the coin, we see a young Queen Elizabeth II, as portrayed by British sculptor Arnold Machin. This was the second year that Australia had fully transitioned to decimal currency, having moved away from pounds, shillings, and pence in 1966. The coin is made from 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silver-like appearance and excellent durability. It weighs 11.31 grams, has a diameter of 28.52 millimeters, and features a reeded edge. Section 2, Historical Background and Mintage. 1967 was only the second year of production for Australia's decimal 20-cent coin. The Royal Australian Mint struck a massive 26.6 million 20-cent coins that year. While that's a large number, it's not as high as some later years, which makes 1967 coins slightly more interesting to collectors. It's important to note that these coins were made for everyday use, so the vast majority of them show signs of wear. However, collectors are especially keen on finding uncirculated or proof versions, or coins that have survived in near-perfect condition. Section 3, How Condition Affects Value. Let's now talk about condition, one of the biggest factors in determining a coin's value. The better the condition, the more money a collector might pay for it. Here's a general breakdown. Circulated, average condition. Most 1967 20-cent coins that have been used in daily transactions are only worth their face value, 20 cents AUD. They may be scratched, dull, or worn down. Good to very fine condition. These coins have light wear but still retain good detail. They can be worth $1 to $2 Australian dollars, roughly $0.65 to $1.30 US dollars to the right buyer. Extremely fine to almost uncirculated. Coins in this condition show very minimal signs of wear and may shine nicely under light. These are typically worth between $3 to $6 Australian dollars, or about $2 to $4 US dollars. Uncirculated or mint state. A 1967 20-cent coin in uncirculated condition, meaning it was never used in circulation, can sell for $8 to $15 Australian dollars or even more depending on the coin's brilliance, packaging, or if it came from a mint roll or set. That's roughly $5 to $10 US dollars. Proof versions. If you happen to have a 1967 proof coin, specially made with a mirror-like finish, you could be holding a coin worth $30 to $60 Australian dollars or more, $20 to $40 US dollars, especially if it's in original mint packaging. Section 4, What increases the value? Apart from condition, here are a few factors that can increase the value of your 1967 20-cent coin. Mint errors, very rare for this year, but if your coin has a visible error like a mistrike, double die, or off-center image, it could be worth significantly more. Luster and sharp detail. Coins with strong luster and crisp edges attract collectors. Original packaging. Coins from mint sets or proof sets tend to have higher value. Eye appeal. Sometimes even coins with light wear sell for more if they have a clean surface and attractive tone. Section 5, Current Market Value in 2025. In today's dollars, let's summarize what a 1967 Australian 20-cent coin might sell for today. Heavily circulated, $0.20 Australian dollars, face value only, good condition, $1 to $2 AUD, $0.65, $1.30 US dollars, high grade circulated, $3 to $6 AUD, $2, $4 USD, uncirculated, $8 to $15 AUD, $5, $10 USD, proof coin, $30 to $60 AUD, $20, $40 USD. These prices are based on current 2025 listings on collector sites, auctions, and coin dealers. Prices can vary slightly depending on where and how you sell. for example, eBay, coin shops, or collector fairs. Section 6, should you keep or sell? So, should you keep your 1967 20-cent coin, or sell it? If it's in rough condition, it's probably best kept as a fun piece of history. But if you have one in excellent condition, or you're building a full decimal coin collection from the 1960s, then it's definitely worth keeping, or having it professionally graded. For those looking to sell, try local collectors, online marketplaces, or coin shows. Always research completed sales to find out what similar coins are going for before listing yours. And there you have it, the full breakdown of the 1967 Australian 20-cent coin. It might not make you a millionaire, but it's certainly a charming and historically valuable piece that's worth more than face value if preserved well. Whether you're collecting or selling, coins like this one connect us with Australia's rich numismatic journey. Next up, the 1976 Australian 20-cent coin. This coin has been around for decades, but what many people don't know is that some of these coins can actually be worth more than their face value, especially if they are in good condition. So stay with me until the end of the video as we break down everything you need to know, including its design, how rare it is, and how much it's worth in today's market in dollars. Section 1, Coin Design and Description. Let's begin with the design of the 1976 Australian 20-cent coin. On the front, or obverse side, you will see a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which was designed by Arnold Machin. This design was used on Australian coins from the mid-1960s to the mid-1980s. On the back, or reverse side of the coin, is the famous Australian platypus, swimming with water ripples around it. This side was designed by Stuart Devlin, who was the official jeweler to the Queen. The design is smooth, elegant, and has become one of the most recognizable coin designs in Australia. The coin is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silvery appearance. It weighs about 11.31 grams and is 28.52 millimeters in diameter. It also has a reeded, or milled, edge. Even though it looks a bit like a silver coin, it doesn't contain any silver or precious metal. Section 2, Mintage and Circulation. In 1976, over 47 million 20-cent coins were produced by the Royal Australian Mint. That means it's not considered a rare coin in general. However, most of those coins were used in everyday life and now show heavy wear. Coins that were carefully kept or never used, known as uncirculated coins, are much harder to find today. Section 3, Value in today's market. Now let's talk about what this coin is worth in 2025. If your 1976 20-cent coin is in regular, worn condition, like most coins from pocket change, it's worth only face value. That means about 20 Australian cents, or around 13 US cents. But if the coin is in good condition, meaning it still has visible details with only light wear, it could be worth around $1 to $2 Australian dollars, which is about $0.65 to $1.30 US dollars. If your coin is in extremely fine condition, with sharp details and minimal wear, it could be worth up to $5 Australian dollars, or around $3.50 US dollars. An uncirculated coin, meaning it has never been used and shows no signs of wear, can sell for $8 to $12 Australian dollars, which is $5 to $8 US dollars. Coins that come from official mint sets or proof sets, and have been kept in perfect condition, may be worth $15 to $30 Australian dollars, or around $10 to $20 US dollars. And finally, if you're lucky enough to find a coin with a minting error, such as an off-center strike, double image, or other unusual flaw, it could be worth $50 Australian dollars or even more, depending on how rare the error is. Section 4, Collector Tips. So, what should you do if you find a 1976 20-cent coin? First, look at the condition. If it's heavily scratched or worn out, it's probably not worth more than face value. But if it looks clean, detailed, and shiny, you might want to have it looked at by a coin dealer. Also, check for any strange marks or mistakes. Coin collectors love errors, and those can be worth a lot more. If you want to keep the coin, make sure to store it in a dry place and put it in a coin holder to prevent further damage. The better the condition, the more valuable it can become over time. Section 5, Final Summary and Outro. To sum it up, the 1976 Australian 20-cent coin is a beautiful and classic coin that's still found in coin collections today. While it's not extremely rare, it can be worth more than its face value if it's in good condition, especially if it's uncirculated or has a mint error. In 2025, the value ranges from 20 cents all the way to $30, depending on condition and uniqueness. If you have this coin at home, take a close look. You might be holding something that's worth more than you think. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos about rare and valuable coins. And don't forget to leave a comment below. Do you have a 1976 20-cent coin in your collection? We'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video, and as always, happy collecting.